at first, before I met Magic Johnson, I spent $1 million in one day. So I knew nothing about financial literacy. My agent calls me and said, hey, I got a check for $1 million. So shit, you know me, I already had that black Mercedes lined up. So I said, I'm about to go get the Mercedes with the wheels, the pull-out deck. So it cost $150. So when I get back to the crib, my dad said, where's mine at? So in my mind, I'm like, $1 million minus $150, shit, I got $850 left, right? So I go buy him one, I go buy my mother one, you know, I get some ice, I get some earrings, I get a couple of suits. So I get a call from the bank manager, he says, you spent $1 million. And I was like, no, I didn't. So then when I'm looking at the paperwork, I see FICA. Now I get mad, I'm like, hey, I don't like the fucking FICA, he took $200,000. No, I don't, so I had no idea what FICA and income, sales tax, state tax, I had no idea what that was. So then I said, okay, I don't want to be like the rest of these NBA players. I got to teach myself, because this is something that we don't know. Like, you know, my family work paycheck to paycheck. We never had no money, but I had to get that Benz. I had to get my mom a Benz. Like, I just had to get that first. So after I spent that $1 million in a day, I sort of, you know, educated myself. And it's okay not to know nothing. So if you don't know nothing, you just ask questions. Yeah. So everybody I saw that was successful, how you do that? How you do that? How you do that? And the first book I bought was The Dummy's Guide to Starting Your Own Business. Everybody should get that book, because they give you all the answers on how to start a business, how to be successful, what to look for. So after that, I became a little more literate, but I still didn't know a lot. Then when I went to LA, Magic was having a function. He got some praise, I got a little bit more praise. I thought I was the man. And he said, it's all right to be famous, but at some point you want to start owning things. I didn't know what that meant. So I went back to the book, and I'm looking up sole proprietorship, you know, joint venture, all this stuff, and I'm devising my plan. Another good thing is it's always important to have somebody smarter than you that works for you.
Yeah.
That's a gem.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're the smartest guy in the room, there's a problem. Like, I always go to these tech conferences because I like to hear smart people talk. Like, some people talk too much, and I like the people that talk too much because I'm stealing all this shit. So Jeff Bezos, somebody asked Jeff Bezos, how you get so rich? And he said, I invest in things that change people's lives. Shit. So the first thing I did, I was coming out of the Orlando arena, and this lady was chewing me a new one. You MFers charging these babies $300 for shoes, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, ma'am, I don't make the price, I apologize. And I had some money in my pocket. I was like, here you go, baby, go buy your son Jordans, whatever you want. She smacked the money out of my hand. So at that point, I went home and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I don't feel right charging the kids that want to be us $100, $200 for shoes. I already had a relationship with Walmart. I had another line. So I met with the CEO of Walmart. I said, look, I want to be the #1 shoe seller of Walmart. So we did a deal. That was in '95, and ever since '95, I've sold over 400 million pairs. Mine's are $29.95, $19.95. But see, the secret is, I know us. It's not that we don't want to wear $20 shoes. We don't want to wear shoes that look like they cost $20.
Right.
I know how it go. So again, I hired some designers. Shit, if the Adidas got 3 stripes, my shit gonna have 4. I took a chance. But I realized from the previous business that I wasn't gonna outsell Michael Jordan, but people know who I was, right? Because Michael used to kill me in Foot Locker. Like, they wouldn't even look at my shit, which was cool. I understand. That's Mike. I ain't tripping. So I said, if I go somewhere where nobody's at, it's all mine, right? And then I said, you know what? I know it's a lot of kids out there that want to have something respectable on their feet, a respectable name, something that look good, and it's going to work. And it's the right thing to do. Because again, I didn't feel right charging little kids $100, $200 for shoes. First year I felt good about it, but then after reality kicked in, I was like, this ain't right. This ain't right. So I invested in something that's going to change people's lives, and I just went for it. Being a CEO starts up here. Everybody in this room is already a CEO. You don't have to own a business to be a CEO. Being a CEO is a mentality. If you have that mentality, if you have that belief, it will work. Of course, there's going to be some ups and downs. When I first started, sell 10,000 pair, 20,000 pair, 50,000 pair, and then it just kept going. So, I've been doing it since 95. So 95 to now, that's what, 30 something years, 400 million pair. And then I went to China and did the same thing, get some of that Chinese money. So we had a marketing class. The marketing professor said, show us something that could be sold in the future. So I came with the Shaq shirts, Shaq underwear, Shaq socks, Shaq shoes. And at that time, big men were not selling. Only guys were selling that was Dr. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. So the guy gave me an F. He said, this will never work because big guys don't sell. So then I thought about what he said. It made a lot of sense. So as I'm back in my dorm room, I'm sitting. I see this dumbass dog on TV. I'm just sitting there. This dude got like 20 commercials. Then I go to the store. He got cups and hats. So now I go back and study him. And every commercial he did was funny. So I said, aha, if I ever get the chance to do a commercial, I just got to add a lot of humor to the commercial. So I've always had the ability to create my own commercials, and it's working out, pretty good for me. Do me a favor, if you feel like you're somebody, put your hand up. This is the quote I tell my kids. If a nobody can influence a somebody, then the nobody wins. But the question of the day is, who the fuck are you? Nobody. Think about that. I don't let people tell me what I can and can't do. It won't happen. Hey. So he's saying big guys ain't gonna sell. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. Don't do this, don't do that. Okay, whatever. Like, it don't matter what they say. You gotta, whatever you believe, you go for it. And you gotta understand, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. Like, if you fail 1 or 2 times and you stop pursuing your dream, you ain't ready anyway. My father was a drill sergeant, so when every time somebody did something crazy, I got a whooping. Len Bias passed away from doing cocaine. My father came in and told me a new one. He came in the house. He said, "If you ever do coke, I'll kill you." And I'm so young and dumb. I was like, I don't do coke. I drink Pepsi. And he just hit me with the 2-piece. Bow, bow. That's why I don't do drugs.
Trying to be funny.
One time he caught me sipping on a beer. He made me drink a 12-pack to the head. That's why I don't do stuff like that. Every time an athlete did something crazy, I would get in trouble. So, rather than ridiculing and judging people, I just learn, from their mistakes. I see a lot of kids in here, and I tell kids the same thing. Listen to your mother and father. I wasn't the smartest guy in the room, wasn't the brightest guy in the room, but I listened to my mother and father. They believed in my dream. They made me believe in my dream. And I just wanted to fight. I'm a fighter. Like, when you tell me I can't do nothing, I'm gonna just go and do it. So when I first got to LA, nobody could be as famous as Magic and Kareem. You'll never win and all that. And I'm saying, okay, you're a nobody. I'm a somebody. I ain't trying to hear all that. And you just keep fighting. So the first 4 years, me and Kobe, we got swept. We didn't give up. We just kept going. And then we won 3 in a row. I got traded. You all know the story. But again, it doesn't matter what anybody tell you. It's what you believe. And again, everybody in here is a CEO. The CEO is mental.